Guys, welcome to SWAGDAD episode 1, and we are live here coming to you from beautiful, one of the gems of Perth City, beautiful Perth Mint. Speaking of mint, I have a SWAGDAD here, Mr. Corey Michal, father of two, who's going to hit you with 5 tips on either if you're buying, selling or renting your property. If you're thinking of doing any of these 3 things, we're going to hit you with 5 hacks. Corey.
Right, so guys, first number 1 hack, you want to make sure your debt is free. You don't want anything hanging over your head when you're going into your investment, renting or buying your first home. The number 1 mistake that I hear a lot from a lot of people is, I went and bought this home and I've got so much debt hanging over my head. And when I actually ask them, it's a lot of car payments, credit card loans, payday loans. You don't want any of it. Even having overdue gas and electricity bills can actually hinder you approaching your bank in terms of credit rating and all that sort of thing. So just making sure you've got no debt, if anything, be in credit with your debt. Don't be over. So clearing out 95% of your debt is the number 1 key, and then start looking at buying your first home. So for all you young guys out there and young girls out there wanting to get your first home, make sure you're at least 95% debt free. Number 2, choosing your agent. Very important when choosing your agent. I've been in the industry only 14 months, but I've sold my first home in 3 days. I actually sold it on the first day, but I said to the owner, I said, let's just run it for a weekend, let's see what we get. And come Sunday night, we had offers on the table ready to roll, cash offers. Choosing your agent is really important, making sure that they're energetic about your property. Choosing someone that's got 10, 15, 20 years in the industry isn't always your best agent. The young guys that have been in the industry have a point to prove. They want to sell your home. They want to prove to everybody that they are different from everybody else. So choosing someone like myself who's a young gun in this industry is sometimes your better option than choosing someone that's been in the industry for 50 odd years. Choosing your location. So when it comes to location of your property, you want to choose an area that's got growth. Now, not a lot of people do that. They just go, oh, I love the area. They come in, they go, this is a great home, it's a great street. Making sure that you're choosing the location that has growth within the suburb. So when you're choosing that, it's always good to go there. Spend some time in the area, find out your local parks, schools, shopping centres, transport. These are your top areas that you want to be looking at, not only for when you're buying but also for when you're reselling, because the average person will only stay in their home for an average of 7 years. After 7 years they tend to sell. So what you want to do is make sure you're choosing an area that's got growth, and the houses around you also have a great feel about them as well. Look at your neighbours. If their house is run down, that's going to bring down the value of your home. So choosing the right location is very, very important.
I know for our area, Corey, we've got the train line in Allenbrook coming through.
Yep.
So would the train line increase the value of the area, surrounding areas around that?
Definitely. So when the train line finally gets done, when our government decides now's the time we're going to finish that, that's when you're going to start seeing an increase. So having that is key. Having transport is key. Don't go setting yourself up in the middle of nowhere that has no transport and is away from everything. Unless you really want that country lifestyle feel, you can still buy some local properties that have country property attached to them, but you're still close to everything. So making sure that you stick within your location needs. Alright guys, hack number 4. So budget. A lot of people, what they fail to realise is budget. For instance, if you're looking at a say $400,000 or $500,000 home, you're going to be hitting the high end of your budget monthly. You're going to be looking somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000, just over $2,000 actually. To give you an idea, Averley, for instance, at $560,000, you're looking at almost $2,200 odd in terms of monthly fee to your bank. So making sure you stick within your budget, and don't always go for luxury, go for livable. So sticking within your means and not going, oh, I want this, this, and this, and then overspending. Just because your bank gives you $800,000, it doesn't mean spend $800,000. You can still find a great home for $280,000, $300,000, $350,000, or even building your own. Building your own is $440,000 on average. Now, if you pick up the land quite cheap, it's obviously going to bring your housing costs down as well.
Yeah.
And negotiate your fees. So that, I think we'll go into that on hack number 5. Negotiating your fees, but sticking within your budget. It's great. Don't overspend. Don't overcommit. Going, oh, we can, if we just go that little bit more, we will just sacrifice on this. Don't sacrifice anything. Stick within your budget. Stick within your means. It's the most important part of the whole process. Hack number 5, guys, is negotiate your fees. So all agents will negotiate their fees. They want your business. You're going to them, they're not coming to you. So always negotiate your fees with your agent. The average fee that I've seen is around 2%, 2.5%. Going to fixed fees, stay away from it, because if you sell a home and you're only going to make, say, $250,000 and your agent says, oh, let's do a fee of $10,000, having a fixed fee of 2% or 2.5% is going to be less than $10,000. So making sure that you always negotiate your fees with your agents, talk to them about what they're going to do for you with your property in terms of marketing and everything like that as well. So
Beautiful. Just going to give you some bonus questions. I know a lot of our viewers out there may be looking at, maybe have a house already like myself.
Yeah.
So what can I do in order to increase the value of my house in today's market?
So increasing in today's market is really important to have modern. You want to have modern within your property. So if you've got an older style home and it's sort of the painting's becoming dated or the flooring's becoming dated, your bathroom's becoming dated, modernising everything. So having things like solar panels, modernising your bathroom, making sure it's a nice size, and making it feel family orientated. A lot of people are failing to do that.
Yeah.
They just think, oh yeah, I've got an $800,000 property, I've got a $500,000 property, it'll be fine, I'll get my money back on it. Not always the case. You actually lose money by buying property. You've got to keep it modern, you've got to keep up with the times. You can't have high expectations if you're not going to do any work to your property. So having the green grass, having the retic, having solar panels, anything that's going to roller shutters even. Roller shutters, it keeps the heat out. It's going to increase the value of your home. So having all of that is really important.
Pretty much one more question, man.
Sure.
Okay, so I found my agent.
Yep.
I'm happy with him. What are some key questions I, as a client, should ask my agent? What are some
Ask them their experience. Just say, how long have you been in the industry? Now, as I said in my key hacks, don't always go, oh, you've only been in it 12 months. Because what you want to do is just get a grasp of their idea of the real estate market. If they're sitting there and they're not sure about what's going on in the area, but they say to you, look, I don't know much about this area, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, I'm going to do some extensive research, and then I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Now, that's an agent that is an active agent, so he's always an agent to go for.
Yeah.
Ask your agent as well, what is his fees? What other properties has he sold? What has he done for his clients? Does he have Google reviews?
Okay.
Google reviews is really important, because what will happen is that'll give you an aspect of what other people are saying about that agent.
Yeah.
So don't always go for the short little Google reviews. You want Google reviews where people have put some extensive information into it. So just do your research on the background. Just ask him his reviews. Ask him what other interactions he's had with other people, and what he can offer you. What can you offer me in terms of what are you going to do for my property that is different from every other agent?
Gotcha. Guys, just to wrap everything up, the top 5 hacks.
So it's clear your debt. And number 2 is choose your agent. And number 3 is location. Number 4, you got your budget, and then you got your negotiation. So making sure that you stick within all of that, and just do your research. Really fall in love with the property that you want to be with. Don't just go out there. Don't just go, yeah, we're going to live here because everybody else is living in the area. Really choose that area that's got growth. Stick within your budget.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Definitely someone with a goal. So if you are someone with a goal this 2019, you, my friend, you have swag. All right, so go out there and kill it. Go there and own your 2019, and stay tuned for the next episodes. But while you're out there, stay safe.
Stay sexy.